Most people think alcohol addiction begins with a drink. But the terrifying truth is that it usually begins years before the first sip. Think about that for a moment. The bottle is rarely the beginning of the story. More often, it's the final chapter of a struggle that started long before anyone noticed. And there's one question almost nobody asks. Why does alcohol become someone's safest place? The answer has very little to do with willpower. In fact, by the end of this video, you may realize that many people aren't truly addicted to alcohol itself. They're addicted to something much deeper. And once you understand what that is, alcohol addiction looks completely different. Imagine two people sitting in the same room. Both pour themselves a drink. Both swallow the same liquid. Yet inside their minds, two completely different stories are unfolding. One person enjoys the taste, laughs with friends, and forgets about it the next morning. The other feels something far more powerful. Their racing thoughts begin to slow. The pressure inside their chest starts to disappear. The constant voice of self-doubt finally goes silent. For the first time all day, they feel calm. That moment changes everything, because the brain doesn't simply remember the drink. It remembers the relief. And the human brain will always fight harder for relief than it ever will for pleasure. But here's the strange part. If alcohol creates relief, why do cravings often appear before the first drop is even poured? The answer reveals one of the most fascinating secrets of the human brain. Long before someone reaches for a bottle, the brain has already started drinking. The craving doesn't begin with alcohol. It begins with patterns. The sun begins to set. They drive past the same liquor store. They sit in the same chair. The house becomes quiet. Without realizing it, their brain starts predicting what's coming next. After repeating the same habit hundreds of times, the brain creates a shortcut. Evening, loneliness, alcohol, relief. Eventually, the first two steps alone are enough to trigger the craving. This is why many people relapse before they've taken a single sip. Their nervous system has already prepared itself for relief. And that's when alcohol stops feeling like a choice. It starts feeling like the only answer. But what exactly is the brain trying to escape? Most people assume alcoholics are chasing pleasure. In reality, many are simply trying to escape pain. Not always dramatic pain. Sometimes it's anxiety that never switches off. Sometimes it's loneliness in a crowded room. Sometimes it's years of believing they were never enough. Sometimes it's emotional wounds so old that they've forgotten where they came from. They only know one thing. Whenever alcohol arrives, life becomes quieter. Imagine living with a smoke alarm that never stops ringing. Day after day, year after year. Eventually, you stop looking for happiness. You simply want silence. Then one day, you discover something that mutes the alarm. Not forever, just for a little while. Wouldn't you be tempted to press that button again? That's why alcohol is so dangerous. It doesn't solve the problem. It simply teaches the brain that relief can be purchased by opening a bottle. And then something even more surprising begins to happen. Many people aren't addicted to alcohol. They're addicted to the version of themselves they become after drinking. The shy person suddenly feels confident. The lonely person feels connected. The anxious mind finally relaxes. The perfectionist stops worrying about every mistake. For a few precious hours, they become someone they actually enjoy being. And that's a heartbreaking psychological trap. Because quitting alcohol doesn't just mean losing a drink. It can feel like losing the only version of yourself that ever felt free. Now, another invisible enemy quietly enters the story. Shame. Most people believe shame should motivate someone to stop drinking. But psychology tells us the opposite. Imagine waking up after another night of drinking. You remember everything you said, everything you regret. You look in a mirror and tell yourself, I'm weak. I'm a failure. I'll never change. Now ask yourself one question. What emotion appears next? Pain. And what has the brain already learned removes emotional pain? Alcohol. This creates one of the cruelest psychological loops imaginable. Drink. Feel shame. Need relief. Drink again. Each cycle makes the next one even stronger. The addiction slowly begins feeding on the emotional damage it creates. That's why simply telling someone to have more discipline rarely works. Discipline cannot heal a nervous system that's desperately searching for safety. So what actually breaks the cycle? Surprisingly, recovery rarely begins with motivation. It begins with honesty. Many people spend years hiding their addiction, not only from others, but from themselves. Then one day they stop pretending. They quietly say 4 simple words. I'm not okay. No excuses. No performance. No promises. Just the truth. Because addiction grows strongest inside silence. It survives in secrecy. It whispers. No one will understand. You're completely alone. If people knew the real you, they'd leave. But the moment the struggle is spoken out loud, something begins to change. The secret loses its grip. The shame becomes lighter. The brain realizes it no longer has to fight alone. And for many people, that's the first real step toward healing. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. Alcohol is rarely the destination. It's usually a shortcut to a feeling someone doesn't know how to reach any other way. Safety, belonging, confidence, peace, relief, hope. The bottle simply became the fastest door leading to those feelings. And until the brain discovers another door, letting go can feel impossible. So the next time you see someone struggling with alcohol, remember that you may not be looking at someone who loves drinking. You may be looking at someone who's spent years trying to escape a mind that never truly feels safe. And perhaps the most important question isn't, why can't they stop drinking? It's, what pain are they still trying to silence? Because once we understand that question, we stop seeing addiction as a weakness. We begin seeing it for what it really is, a desperate attempt to survive. And sometimes, understanding that difference is where healing finally begins.